Hello, this is Mike from Cornerstone. I want to thank you again for joining me this week for another moment. As always, I want to thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, and those private messages I'm getting. They're real encouragements to me just to keep on. This week, I wanted to talk about a comment that was on last week's share that was just incredibly important, and it has to do with leaders being good listeners. So I want to start out with a couple of stories, and you know I'm a storyteller, and it kind of sets the framework for what I want to talk about. And this really is about, on Monday mornings, my brother-in-law and I, we get together for breakfast. It's how we start our week. We talk about our favorite topics, faith, family, and fishing on Chesapeake Bay. Usually over eggs, bacon, sausage, hash browns, toast, orange juice, coffee, all the good stuff in the morning. But this particular morning, I was just lamenting over some things that were happening at work, and I was sharing with them about just recently where I was pulled into a meeting with the boss, and I brought my team in, and the team got together and basically laid out this would be the best way to go, and these are the reasons why, these are the pros, these are the cons of doing it that way. And we actually at that point in time had the boss in agreement with us, and we started to move forward. The very next day I got pulled into a meeting, and the boss changed their mind, and they basically wanted us to do it their way, not necessarily our way. Now, they're the boss. We got to do what they tell us to do. I went back to my team. My team was a little frustrated, but hey, we're going to do what we're told to do. If they tell us to take out the trash, we take out the trash. That's just the way it works. And so we got started. It wasn't 2 days later where we had to stop what we were doing. There was an issue. We had to roll back, and we had to go forth and do it the way the team wanted to go in the first place. And my brother-in-law took his placemat. It was a paper placemat. It's a typical diner. Rolled it over the other side, grabbed a pen, and wrote down, "Learn to listen, listen to learn." And I thought that was just such an incredible phrase. And I shortened it. I always make things my own. I always shortened it. I said, learn to listen to learn. And that way it's one action. So the learning to listen is my discipline part. And then listen to learn is the value side of it. So at first it's a discipline, and then it becomes a benefit. And I sat there and I thought about it, but there's more than that. And that is the listening part. Learn is on both sides of it. The listening is in the middle. And I sat there and I thought about, what does it mean to listen? And there's a Hebrew phrase for listening called Shema. And Shema is really one of those deep words. It's more than just listen. And look, if you've ever raised teenagers, you know there's a big difference between hearing and listening. Okay? And this word is the perfect definition for listening. It means to listen intelligently, to listen actively. And matter of fact, it even goes so far as, if you were to go deep into the definition, the idea here is that listen to the point where if later somebody asks you to give you testimony on what you heard, you could be accurate with what you listened to or what you heard. Wow, that was big. But you know what? Learning to listen to learn, I'm not going to learn anything unless I listen intelligently, unless I practice Shama. How valuable of a lesson that was. And for me, I've learned a long time ago that a good leader is a good listener. A good leader learns to surround themselves with people a whole lot smarter than them. So if you get the opportunity, take a look at that phrase. Learn to listen to learn, and see what that means for you. But what I would do is say, yeah, although it might be discipline up front, but there's a tremendous value at the end. But it's only going to be successful in the listening part if you're listening intelligently, if you're listening actively, if you're listening with Shama. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to talking to you guys next week. Bye-bye.